I hope that you guys are ready for an extra spooky video because we are going to be diving into some of the most terrifying things that children have drawn / written. And you guys, some of these they give me the absolute heebie-jeebies. I actually did this once on my channel before, and I made sure to go back and rewatch that video so that I don't double up on any of the pictures. And all of these are pictures that I have yet to see, so I feel like they must be new from the time when I last filmed that video to now. And if you guys have been on my channel for a while, you guys know that given my history with babysitting a child I believed to be possessed and finding her drawings, or actually her showing me her drawings, this kind of stuff can be very real. There's a lot of people who think that some of these drawings may be drawn by an adult pretending to be a child to make something scary, but I know firsthand that children can draw some really, really creepy things, especially when being spiritually influenced. So I'm really excited to dive into today's video. With that being said though, before we get into today's video, I would very quickly like to thank today's video sponsor, Philo. Philo is a live TV streaming app that has over 60 channels, including some of my personal favorites like TLC, MTV, and Discovery Channel, but obviously they have many, many more as well. Philo also has some of my personal favorite TV shows like Friends, 90 Day Fiancé, The Walking Dead, Married at First Sight, and way, way more. They also have Property Brothers, which I absolutely love. Philo is available on multiple devices and saves you hundreds of dollars on what you would pay for cable, as you get 60 plus channels for just $20 a month. However, if you guys click the link down in my description, you guys will receive a 7-day free trial plus 30% off of your first month. So make sure you guys click the link down in my description, get your 7-day free trial and your 30% off of your first month. And thank you so much to Philo for providing an affordable way to watch all of your favorite channels and TV shows. But with that being said, let's get into these images because you guys, like I said, these are really creepy. I have my iPad here and I'm ready to share them with you guys. I'm gonna be looking at them on my iPad and just really absorbing them and reacting to them. Some of them have a backstory, others are just the pictures. So I want to know what you guys think. Actually, before we get into this, I did want to mention this because I feel as though quite a few of you might bring this up. I had told you guys a little while back that when I finally hit 1 million subscribers, I would show you guys the drawings and the poems and the writing of the possessed child that I babysat because enough times passed, I feel comfortable to do it. However, when I found that phone, I realized that it has water damage, which I know sounds awfully convenient, but what I am going to do is bring it into a shop. I'll actually probably do that this week and see if they can fix it, because even though the screen doesn't turn on, it like makes the noise that it's turned on and is charging. So there's still life to it. I think that it might just be the LED screen. So I'm gonna see what they can do, and if not, I'm gonna dig through hard drives to find it, because I really want to share it with you guys. It is what nightmares are made of. Like, as scary as these are, her drawings and poems were even scarier because there was no way a child her age was writing like that. But I just wanted to bring that up. I haven't forgotten. I am holding up my end of the promise. I will find a way to get those pictures for you guys and share them with you as soon as I can. So if you guys have any advice, like I said, when I plug my phone in, it does make the noise of, like when it charges, it makes the noise of like the ding when an iPhone turns back on after charging. And when I unplug it and plug it back in, it vibrates. So I know that there's life to it, just the screen isn't working. But anyways, let's get into this. All right, let's pull up the first picture. So this picture actually has a backstory. It's pretty creepy. It said that this poor parent was presented with the above scary drawing by their child, only to be told that the figure's name is Tonso. He is her ancestor and visits by coming through the mirror. So when you look at this, it kind of just looks like a children's drawing with some red paint. I am not artistic whatsoever, so for me, my drawings this is actually better than some of my drawings, especially when I was a child. So I don't think the drawing itself is what's scary. I think it's the fact that the child came up with a story saying it was her ancestor who visits through the mirror, which if you guys have been on my channel for a while, you guys would know that mirrors are often viewed as portals. So I just wanted to include this because I thought the story was pretty eerie, and while the picture, like I said, looks like a children's picture just with red paint, it still kind of creeped me out. So I want to know what you guys think of it. The next one is this drawing from a child, and it says, "My teacher is an atheist." And if you guys look at the picture, I'm assuming that that would be the teacher who's now sad for being an atheist, who's in chains in hell with what I can only assume is the devil. And what I thought was interesting about this was the fact that the child's writing is backwards, which makes me think they must be relatively young. My nephew writes like that sometimes. I thought that this is kind of eerie because it kind of sets a tone of what this child must be being taught, that being an atheist equals hell. And so I wanted to include this because it just goes to show that what children hear from those around them, I might be assuming too much, but this is what I gathered from it. It's an example of what this child has been taught and what they've learned from people around them. So I thought it was kind of eerie. All right, this next picture is another child's drawing, and it says, this woman's 4-year-old daughter drew this horrifying picture and told her this was the monster that follows her around, but she is blissfully unaware of it, which is weird since the thing is the size of an average house. I'm sure this mom wishes she hadn't been told that the monster was following her. So from what I gather from the story, I'm assuming that that would be the mom down at the bottom, because the child said that this is the monster that follows the mom around, but the mom is unaware. Actually, it looks like the picture might have been drawn sideways. Because if you look, it looks like there's 2 hearts, one on the top and one on the bottom, and then it looks like there's 2 people kind of coming in. Either way, I would be pretty freaked out if my child brought me this and said, oh, this monster follows you around, but you don't know. Thought that was interesting. The next one is this eerie drawing of these 2, what looks to be maybe girls, and it says, hi dad, this is my friend. You can't see her, but she has spiders on her face and dark holes in her eyes. That's where she sucks your soul through. Anyways, what's for dinner? And then this is from the dad. I was so horrified by the face, I only just realized that her friend has 10 arms. I think having an imaginary friend is pretty normal, but not one that looks like this. So these so far have just been like kids' drawings with stories behind them, but then you guys, I found some that are just terrifying. And if my child ever brought it to me, I would probably, we'd be going to the doctors and I'd be figuring out what's going on, because this next one is what looks like a child. There's a baby crib, there's a bigger child who has a pillow over a baby, and it says, Mom will be so proud I got Timmy to sleep. Could you imagine if you had 2 kids, your baby being Timmy, and you found that your kid had drawn this, themselves putting the pillow, putting Timmy to sleep, and saying, Mom will be so proud. I don't know. This one really, really gave me the heebie-jeebies. And actually, moving on from this one, you guys, there was a whole bunch of children's drawings of like horrible acts. Like for an example, if we move on to this one, it says, me and dad dance on mommy's grave. And it's a dad and a kid, and the sun is happy and the grass is nice and green, but there's mom's grave and here they are dancing. Now, the only way that this wouldn't be sinister is if maybe the mom had actually passed and the dad said, you know, we have to celebrate her life and be happy that she lived. Maybe I'm reaching, but either way, if mommy was alive and she saw this picture, I'm not sure that would go over very well, and it kind of freaked me out, to be honest. So I wanted to share that one too. Then there's this one. My cousin babysits a child who is not very fond of her. Having flashbacks. She found this letter in his room. He left this on his desk, and it says, Dear Valerie, get out of my life. And it's an axe, Valerie's body, and then Valerie's head with her hair. And if I found this, I would no longer be babysitting for them. I found some freaky, well, I didn't actually find them. She shared her drawings with me and her poems with me, but even they were enough to make me not want to go there anymore. If there was anything written in there about me specifically, I don't know what I would have done. So this, that freaks me out. Then there's this drawing, and it says that it's the monster from the closet. And if you look at the picture, it almost looks as though it's supposed to be forward facing, which would mean that there's like, wait, guys, this picture's, the monster has a face in my mind. When I first looked at this on my phone, not my iPad, it almost looked like the monster was supposed to have hair in front of her face, kind of like The Grudge. But this looks as though the monster might actually have a face if you look close enough, and that's pretty freaky. But if my kid drew that this was the monster from the closet, that would be pretty creepy. So it could just be an active imagination, but definitely eerie nonetheless. This one says, the girl next to me is pretty. I collect her hair. And then it's her, and it shows scissors, and then it says me, which I'm assuming that's her hand. Oh, okay, I understand it. It's two hands coming in. One hand has scissors, the other hand's just labeled as that that's her, that's the girl, that's her hair, and she's collecting her hair. Which I would just be very confused as to why my child would say, oh, that girl's pretty, I want her hair. Kind of an eerie picture, to be honest. But I'm a terrible artist, so I think that even if I was trying to draw something like nice, it could come out as creepy. So that was kind of interesting. And then this one, it really freaks me out. It's someone standing over someone sleeping. There is red all over the place, and the person is holding what I can only assume is a giant sword or a giant knife. Now, I'm gonna be honest, you guys, when I was searching on Google, there's a ton of pictures that kids have drawn where there's like killings and like disturbing stuff. For the sake of not getting demonetized, but also not really disturbing people, especially younger viewers, I didn't insert them, but it was almost alarming how many children supposedly draw the killings of their parents and things of that nature. It's pretty disturbing, but yeah. To end the video off though, I want to share something funny that I found while looking through some scary stuff. It just reminds me of letters that kids really do write. Tyler wrote a hilarious letter. He got suspended for it when he was in the 1st grade. Hilarious, I can't say it, but kids will pass notes to each other and say things that they shouldn't say, and this one made me laugh because I remember being in elementary school, and when you would offend somebody, they'd say, write them an apology. And so this one says, Dear Brody, Miss P made me write you this note. All I want to say sorry for is not being sorry because I tried to feel sorry, but I don't. From Liam. And this just seriously made me laugh. All I want to say sorry for is not being sorry because I tried to feel sorry, but I don't. It's not right, but it's funny. You got to give it to Liam for his honesty. But yeah, so those are some pretty freaky drawings that children have made. Like I said, it's not far-fetched to me. I have seen drawings and poems that are so disturbing, and the child was so young. It was like there was no reason, unless she was dealing with some sort of trauma in her life, that she should be creating those poems and making those drawings, and it was just so beyond her years. So as much as some of these seem like maybe someone did them for a spook factor, a big part of me knows also that children have wild imaginations and emotions as well, and sometimes drawings can be creepy. With that being said, I would just once again like to thank Philo for sponsoring today's video. As I said, you guys, there's a link down in the description to start your free trial today and then get 30% off of your first month, which puts it down to $14 a month, which is so affordable for 60+ channels. So make sure you check them out. And once again, thank you, Philo, for sponsoring today's video. I absolutely love you guys. And with that being said, that is it for today's video. If you guys are new to my channel or you are just not yet subscribed but you do enjoy my videos, I would super love it if you would go ahead and click that subscribe button, and please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. If you guys have any stories about what your children may have drawn or kids you babysat, or if you're a teacher, please drop those down below as well. And yeah, remember, my loves, do all things with kindness, and until next time, I love you.